How's it going, boys? My name is Poet, and welcome back to Yapology. We've been pretty consistent with these videos. I'm thoroughly impressed with myself for sticking with this channel for the last couple weeks or so. I gotta apologize in advance, though. This is Dawnbreaker on BF4, and I hate this map, and I did not play well. So, please laugh at me, laugh at how shitty I shoot, and laugh at me abusing all of the pickup guns. That being said, that's not the point of this video, so let's get to the point. You know, lately we've been stepping into some, quarter life crisis shit, you know? Like, stuff you start thinking about when you get older. Regret, getting old, moving out, the works. But today I want to talk about something actually awful that I'm sure most people have experienced. Heartbreak. Heartbreak is what I feel such an, oversimplified term, I think. I think a lot of people only think about dating when they talk about it, and it can apply to so much more outside of dating. It's not bad to think that, but let's start with my kind of made up definition of heartbreak before we get too much further into it. To me, heartbreak is anything that actually drives you to the point of insanity with how sad you are. That sounds terrible to say out loud, but it's true. Like, you're doing things that are irrational, you're wrong, out of pocket. Things that you don't normally do, or maybe you're not doing anything at all. It's an absolutely abhorrent feeling, something I truly wouldn't wish on even my worst enemy. But I feel as if everyone has felt at least one heartbreak in their life, and if they haven't, I'm gonna spit my unpopular opinion. Maybe they should. Maybe you should if you haven't had any heartbreak. Having your heart broken does suck. But you can grow from it, learn from it, find something better that comes from it. I mean, really, healing is inevitable in the heartbreak process. I'll give you a big example from my personal life because why not overshare to strangers on the web? I've done it 100 times before. What's another check mark in the book, I guess? Let me preface this by saying the story does not sound good reading it back. I have it typed out here. Reading it back, it sounds awful. But trust me, there is an eventual point that I'm trying to get to here. When I was 16, I dated this person. We're not going to say names. I'm above that. We're beyond it. Wonderful relationship. Hardly any problems, or so I thought. And everything was, it was like every day was fairy tale, happiness and rainbows, whatever. I woke up one day and it was over. Literally just in a day. Bat of an eye. Over time, I have seen the eventual downfall, the snowball effect turning into an avalanche. But to me, it was just one day and it was over. No reason, no closure, just over. In the moment, I let it slide. I was 16. I was 16, what am I going to do? I'm going to go outside and play Pokemon Go, or I'm going to get on my PlayStation and play Destiny. Who cares? A couple days later, I started feeling it, I was like, oh man, this sucks, A month later, brother, I was wrecked. I was distraught. And I stayed wrecked for 3 years. I let a 9-month relationship ruin me for 3 years. And in turn, I ruined other people trying to sort my shit out. Finally, I got sick of it. I realized I was hurting people. I was dragging other people down with me. And I made a deal with myself. If I couldn't fix it in one more try, I was done. I gave it my genuine best shot for what I could do at the ripe age of 18 or 19. I can't remember exactly how old I was. I gave it my last shot, and nothing came of it. You could call that rock bottom, but honestly, I felt like I was at the top of the mountain. Even if we do look at it from a rock bottom standpoint, I really had nowhere to go but up. I had done all I could, said all I could, and things weren't getting any easier for me, so I cut my losses. And initially it did leave a sour taste in my mouth, but once that kind of went away, I felt like I had nothing to worry about for the first time in years. I genuinely had nothing on my mind, and it gave me so much confidence and so much power. I maybe that's just called ego, but whatever. The point is that it gave me all I needed to find the people and the things I value most in my life. I healed. I moved on. I'm happy in life, and I do things that I did back then to this day. YouTube is one of them. Sure, looking back on things from back then does make me feel a little lost sometimes, but to me, a scar is much cleaner than an open wound. Another example, this is also very sad. My childhood dog was getting older. She had a really bad episode with her legs not really working the way that they used to. And so they were going to take her, my parents were going to take her to the vet and see what their options were. Unfortunately, the day that she went to the vet, I had to go into work. So I went to work. I said goodbye to her. I pet her, like I usually did. Walked out the door, went to work for 7-8 hours, came home, and they had decided to put her down. That really sucked. I know I'm laughing, but it's genuinely like it was not an enjoyable time. And I want to say before people are like, oh, well, what happened? Why did they put her down? She was 15. She was old. It was her time. Her quality of life was bad. But, it's one of those things where you wish you could do more in the moment. It broke me, man. Like 15 years of my life. She passed away when I was 17, I believe. In 15 years of my life, I had known her. And then she was just gone. And that really sucked, man. But again, I realized that as sad as that moment was, as much as it broke my heart to hear that she passed away, I could find some comfort in knowing that we had given her a life that was well lived. 15 years for a dog, I think that's pretty impressive. I don't know how long labs live for, but I'm pretty sure that's about spot on for how long they're supposed to live for. So I feel pretty good about the life that we gave her. And it's so important to always find a positive in things like this, not even just heartbreak, but just life in general. When things are down, it's so important to find the positive. In our example, heartbreak can weigh you down. It can cause you to weigh others down. It's overall a very metaphorical and almost literal rainy cloud hovering above you at all times. It's potent and dangerous if you leave it unchecked. But if you can harness that feeling, whether it be in a skill, a hobby, whatever you like to do, you can navigate heartbreak so much easier. I see guys who get heartbroken nowadays and make it their personality like I did. But I also see a lot of dudes who get up and get to work. And I just think that is so damn awesome. I wish I could have been like you guys. I'm not really sure what girls do after a heartbreak, I won't lie. But I encourage them to do similar things that I've suggested. Find your hobby and love it. People are attracted to others who are unapologetically themselves. And if you ever find yourself heartbroken, find your healthy outlet to get yourself back on your feet. That's my biggest piece of advice to you. Don't be like me. Don't ruin your life over nothing. Guys, that's all I've got for today's video. I hope this helped in some way. If not, roast me all you want, or offer some advice to other people who may find this video. Reach out to those who care about you and to those you care about. Nobody is eternal. Make the most of the bonds you have. Take care, and we'll talk soon.